Okay, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about saws. Which saw should you buy? Okay, so the question is, which saw should you buy? Well, to answer that question, I don't know what kind of saw you need. The type of saw you buy is going to be determined by what kind of work you're doing. So we're going to start off with the smaller, more lightweight type of saw. Like this is the M12. It's called a hacksaw. And pretty much it's a little small saw. You can use any type of saw blades that they have for these guns. They're pretty universal. You know, you can use the same saw for cutting wood, cutting styrofoam, cutting metal. You just gotta have the right blade for it. You could put other attachments on it, and it could be used as a scraper. It could be used to remove grout out from tile. But this is the M12. It uses the small M12 battery, which is this battery right here. Small M12 battery. It's not made for big work, but if you're just cutting stuff off and you're not trying to chop down trees or chop the top off of a car, this is the one you want to have. It's for lightweight chopping. You know, it's like having a hacksaw. You know, if you could cut it with your hand, this pretty much speeds it up. Like if you're pruning your trees around the house, you could pretty much use this to chop down trees. You just need to put the blade in. But this is the more this is the amateur one. Like you don't want to use this if you're doing demos in the house or you're doing construction. But this is called a hacksaw. Now, a step up from the hacksaw, let's go to this one. We have the Sawzall. And I haven't opened this one, but I do own one that I use. I've been using it for like 5 or 6 years. And man, a Sawzall comes in handy because with a Sawzall, you can cut metal, you can cut wood, you can pretty much chop down a fence, chop down a tree. You just gotta have the right blade in it, and it pretty much comes in handy, you know. But this is what it looks like. And this one, I bought this because I wanted to have an extra one, and it also came with the 5.0 battery. So I only paid like $175 for the saw and a 9.0 battery, which is, let me show you the battery. Only paid $175 for the saw and the battery. Now this battery right here, when last time I checked, it was like $200 just for one battery. So paying $175 for a saw and a battery was a deal. So now I got me a backup Sawzall, and I got the 9.0 battery, which I can use on all of my M18 products. But I've already opened it to use the battery. I haven't used the saw yet, but I'm gonna take it out just to show you. Now, this is the Milwaukee Fuel saw, and it's an upgrade from the one that I have because the one that I have, it wasn't brushless. Like I said in my other video, the brushless tools are said to last longer. The motors in it don't break down like it would a regular brushed tool would. And this one comes with a hook where you can hang it up on rafters or hang it on your side of your pants or on the ladder. And it feels pretty steady. And you would use this for a lot of different things. I mean, you could use it for small stuff. You could use it for big stuff. You could cut beams off of a house. You can use this for a lot of stuff. It's just like this, but more powerful. And it lasts longer because you're able to use the bigger batteries. Pretty powerful. And this also has a light on the front of it. You know, if you're working in dark places, you can cut some pipes, and it got a piston on the inside of it that goes up and down. Pretty good. Also, it got a little kickstand on it, so you don't have to have your tool down in the dirt. Pretty much put the kickstand up. And I haven't used this one yet, but the one that I do use, man, I cut a lot of stuff with. I cut metal, wood, clothesline down. I did whole house demolitions with that thing. I took a whole addition off of the back of a house with it. I cut like a half of a roof off with it. Like, this is the tool you got to have if you plan on doing any type of renovation or construction or mechanic work. I let my brother use it to cut the screw on his car got stripped, so he couldn't get it off with a pair of pliers or anything. So I said, yeah, man, use the Sawzall. So I put the metal blade in there. He was able to just go up in there and cut the piece off and finish pulling his motor and dropping it back in there. But this is the tool that you must have if you plan on going into any type of construction or you plan on building things and you want something that's going to be able to cut like a hacksaw, but you want something with more power. This is for people that don't do heavy construction. This is for the construction. Okay, so yeah, this saw right here, it cost me $175. It came with a battery, the 9.0 battery, and a charger. So it's a pretty good deal. If you want to buy this Sawzall, you go and check out the link in my description, and you might be able to get a deal on it. You know, pretty much Sawzall. The next tool type of saw is called a circular saw. And the reason why they call it a circular saw is because it got a circular blade in it. Now this saw here, you're not going to use this to cut metal. This is strictly for wood. You use it to cut long boards if you're making long passes across something like plywood. You will first use a tape measure and a ruler to make your line, and you use these pieces right here in the front, those little slots, as a guide, and you pretty much use it to cut boards with. Now this is for somebody who does a lot of building, like you're building a tool shed or you're cutting long boards. This is the saw that you need to have. Usually this is not a saw that a do-it-yourselfer would have. A do-it-yourselfer would probably have one of these hacksaws or a jigsaw. I don't have a jigsaw yet. I want one, so Milwaukee, if you're watching this, send me a jigsaw. I'll do a review on it. But I'm going to use it first before I do a review. I'm not just going to do no unboxing and saying it feels good in the hand. I'm actually going to use your tool, and I'm going to tell the people my experience on using it. So, yeah, this is a circular saw, and that's basically what you use it for. And I had this for like 5 or 6 years, and it works pretty good. I never had any problems with it. Only issue that you might have with this saw is if you use it with one of the smaller batteries. If you use it with a smaller battery, you're not going to get that much runtime out of it. But if you put a 5.0 in it, which are these, or the 9.0 battery in it, you're going to get a lot of runtime out of it, and you're going to pretty much be able to finish your project without charging your battery. It's pretty quiet, and it has an automatic brake on it. When you let go of the trigger, it stops. And also, in order to change out the blade, it has a little compartment on the side that holds the tool that you use to change the blade. So you just take the tool out. It's located right here in the handle, right here. You just take it out. It's a button on top where you lock the wheel, so when you turn the screw, you can pretty much loosen the blade. You change the blade out, and with this, it's pretty good. It also has miter cuts. You can change the angle of your blade right here in the front. You see those numbers? You can pretty much make your saw cut at an angle, join them pieces together, or whatever the case may be. And you can also let me put this back in here before I lose it. I had this for 5 years, and I have not yet lost the tool, because the way they put this tool in here is pretty good, you know. But yeah, you can also change the height. Let's say you didn't want to cut so deep into something. You could use this lever right here. Hold on, is that the lever? Yeah, what's up? Well, actually not. That's not the lever. Oh, okay. My bad. See, this is the lever. You want to change the height of it. You loosen it by turning it down, and you can pretty much go high. You could cut a deep cut, or you can cut a shallow cut, which is pulling it up higher. So that's pretty cool. So which saw should you buy? If you're doing construction and you want to cut metal, you want to cut wood, and you want it to be powerful, and you need it to be powerful, then you get this. But if you're cutting stuff like small little 2x4s or 1x1s or PVC pipe or metal pipes, and you just need to make a few cuts, and you're not going to be cutting all day, you can get this. It works. Not a problem. But if you need something to make straight long cuts, you're going to need your circular saw, which is this baby. This one haven't given me any problems as long as I'm using the right battery on it. But, you know, all of these saws are under $200. So if you plan on fixing stuff, flipping homes, or doing construction, or building things on a regular basis, I would advise you to invest into all of them. I mean, they all have their different usages. You hold them differently. Sometimes you might be cutting something that requires you to make curves. So you probably want to use this, because you could use this like a jigsaw. Make curve cuts. I use this when I'm cutting styrofoam sometimes. But if you're cutting something big, like big old pipes, maybe even 4 or 5 inches, you're going to use something like this. But as far as the flat stuff, flat long cuts, you're going to need a circular saw. So all of these saws right here, they can pretty much be used for different things. And if you bought each one of them, you won't be losing out. You know, they all have their different purposes. So that's my review on these saws. And I haven't had any issue with any of these saws. Had them for 5 years, except for this one, but I do own another one, and I had it for 5 years, and it's not even the brushless one, it's the regular one, which is the cheaper one with the brushed motor, and it's still running, you know what I'm saying? So I got this one now, so they haven't given me any problems. So if you guys like the video, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to buy any of these tools, click the link in the description. It'll take you to Amazon, where you can buy tools, batteries, whatever you need. They have kits where you can pretty much find a kit where it has this, the saws and the drills and everything all in the one. If you wanted to go big, but if you just wanted to buy one tool, you could do that too. But click the link in the description, check it out, buy it. It comes to your house quick, and it's trusted. Amazon, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I got to say about these saws. So if you like the video, like it. If you want to subscribe. I got some tutorials and some DIY projects coming up, and I just got to upload them. And if you want to be in tune with those, or informed when those are up, just go ahead and subscribe. You know, so I'm out. Share the video.